Welcome to Ball and Chain Podcast. This is episode 216. I just realized that the episode ticker is off. We are starting the show out fantastically. Good Lord. There we go. 2016. Or excuse me, 2016. Oh, God. Episode 216. The year is now 2018. I have literally had a single sip of this alcoholic beverage. And yet I am a hot mess. Welcome to the Ball and Chain Podcast. We are a video game, board game, entertainment loving group of people that are from the 72 DPI clan. We enjoy having a good time and talking about it on the shows. You can visit our YouTube channel at youtube.com/72DPI online. This show goes live every Wednesday, right around 8 o'clock-ish, depending on when Sawyer goes to sleep. So yeah, it's on and off again. But we're back here. 2018 is going to be an awesome year. But before we move forward into 2018, we were planning to do this show 2 weeks ago. We want to reminisce about 2017. But I believe our house was struck with the plague.
We're still recovering.
We are still recovering from said plague, but we will prevail, right? Yes, I hope so. I mean, we're on the mend. I feel like we're on the mend. There's a lot to talk about, but I don't want to spend a lot of time because we've spent a lot of time in this past year talking about this stuff. So I just kind of want to reminisce and kind of go over some things and, just take a look back. And I can tell you right now, and it made we'll talk about our 2018 goals and stuff like that and what we want to do in 2018. But one of the things that after going over 2017, I was like, oh, well, I found a goal for 2018, and we'll get into that. But yeah, something was very prevalent in at least the making of my gaming list that made the top echelon of my 2018 goals and to-dos. So yeah, without going too far in it, you are like, your face is like in the microphone, and now it's not like. You hear that big long.
Make sure we're not echoing. We've had that issue lately.
Yeah, Mixer was the issue. And I've pretty much discovered I don't have to have their websites running. I just can pop out their chats and then close their website. So that's what I'm doing. We tested it out last night with the Mana Drain podcast, and it worked flawlessly. So that's what we're going to do. We're learning new things, right?
Yeah.
So if you, like I said, we can check us on YouTube, check us out on twitch.tv/72DPI online every Wednesday. Like I said, we go live at about 8 o'clock, somewhere in there. So without further ado, let's get into our show. Again, I'm Max Born-Again, and this is It's My Angel.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm fantastic. What?
Stop it.
Stop
You're
what?
about to say something about what I'm doing.
What? You're looking at porn.
I am not.
Stop looking at porn.
Oh, my goodness.
She's still looking at it, guys. She's turning red. No, you're fine.
That's totally not what I'm doing, by the way.
So in 2000, she's not looking at. Well, it's kind of porn. It's home design porn. Interior design porn. Did you get a hold of my sister? Is she playing that game?
I have not got a hold of your sister.
You should find out if she's playing.
I should.
I'm sure she would enjoy playing it. I mean, you don't spend any money in that game, right? What game is that? Why don't you talk about before you cough yourself to death? Why don't you tell everybody what game you're playing right now? Here, drink this. Drink this.
You want me to drink yours?
I don't care. Just drink this. Don't die.
Speaking of the plague.
You can't die.
Really? That's what I was going for.
All right, well, we'll talk about that in a minute. While she regains consciousness. Wow, you really all right? I think my wife's dying of the plague. She's coughing herself to death. All right. Well, I will carry on the show. She should be back here as soon as she's done hacking up her lung. Anyway, so kind of wanted to get into some... We'll talk about games first and then kind of go into like board games and movies and TV shows and stuff like that. But one of the things that I was watching, in the past week or whatever, we took a week off for holiday and things like that with Christmas and New Year's and all that stuff. Got a chance to look at and watch the Video Game Awards again, actually sit down and watch it, not just read about who won and who was nominated and things like that. And one of the things that I noticed was some of the earlier games were not recognized. One in particular, which was a huge release, and was one of the few games that I actually completed in 2017, and that was Resident Evil 7. I feel like this was a fantastic game. It's a single player experience, so kind of it harkens back to the original series, not quite to the still camera, in the corner of the room that far back, but over the shoulder, really kind of horror genre. It took a step away from the recent switch to the action adventure type of Resident Evil, where you were everything okay?
Wait a second. Was this the scary game you played where you were in the house, like in Louisiana?
Yeah. That was it came out like January 20th, 2017. Like no coverage whatsoever in the Video Game Awards. I didn't see it on anybody's like top 10 list. And I feel like it was a really good game, and it kind of, I don't know if it got overshadowed because it released so early in the year, and you've got games that, came out at the beginning of December, that kind of overshadow it and were more like in your face, because of timing. But I feel like it was such a great experience. It wasn't the past like 3 or 4 iterations have really been like, you got the big macho man, like, action adventure, like run and gun type of thing, and this is this really kind of, it still has like that run and gun aspect, but it goes back to like the horror, like holy shit, that's disgusting, like like really kind of so towards the end it kind of got back into the recent hubbub or whatever, the lackluster gameplay, but I feel like the beginning, in the actual house was a lot of fun. So that was a good one. Prey, the reimagination of Prey, that came out this year. I really enjoyed the first part of that. From what I remember, I only played the first like 5 or 6 hours of it, so I didn't get the chance to finish it, and that's kind of a common theme here.
A lot of your games were rented.
A lot of the games were rented. It turns out having a second child, almost had a party foul. Turns out having a second child is expensive as hell. And
me not having a regular full-time
right.
job.
So the combination of your full-time job going away and switching gears into doing photography 100% of the time, working for yourself. I don't want to say it put a financial burden on it, but like it really kind of makes you look at your budget and be like, okay, I can either spend $60 for this 8-hour experience, or I can spend $6 and rent it for 3 days and get through 6 hours of it.
Right.
And then couple that with a new child, which puts a time constraint on everything. So that's where you see like, hey, normally with like Prey or Resident Evil 7, I could rent it in 3 days and finish it in 3 days.
Well, and the older one's getting obviously older, so now we've got homework and sporting events.
I'm hearing just a bunch of excuses as why we're not playing video games. No,
we have a bunch of excuses.
We have a bunch of excuses. The real world, real life is set in. Holy cow!
We're no longer those young, carefree.
I could come home from work and just sit in front of the TV and play Halo 2 for 6.5 hours, then go to bed and go back to work and redo it again.
Right.
But no, I feel like getting a few hours in, 6, 7 hours, 8 hours into a game like Prey, you get a good gist of what's happening. It looked gorgeous. Definitely worth playing, worth a playthrough. You could probably pick it up for pennies on the dollar now. But and then the other game that I'll let you switch gears, but one more game that I want to talk about is Rime. This was a fantastic game. You played a little bit of it.
I did.
Yeah, this was it kind of it was cell shaded. It was kind of reminded me of it was Eco or whatever, and you were kind of like trying to I don't remember how to explain it very well. It had a very artsy feel. You were lining up.
Adventure puzzle game.
Yeah, it's like adventure puzzler. You're lining up light, and you're making sounds and things like that with different vibrations and unlocking paths and.
It looks vaguely familiar, but I don't.
Yeah,
Sad.
it came out early in 2017, so and I think you probably put like maybe 2 sessions in, but it's something I'd like to go back to. I probably put in maybe about. I want to say 10, 15 hours in, but it's a huge game, well worth, the $15 price tag. If you enjoy puzzlers and, it makes you feel smart. It really does. Oh, no way, bro.
Now I think I remember.
You got the microphone in front of your face again, yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, like you started it out and you were this, there was nobody and you saw this like thing that turned into a fox.
Yep.
That's right. I forgot about that game.
Yeah.
Why did I stop playing it?
Oh, just time constraints would be
I
one.
guess, but it's kind of weird that you just totally forget about something you were doing.
Right. Exactly. And that's the thing. It's such a fantastic game, and I feel like. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and get into my first 2018 goal, because this is just going to keep coming up until I actually give it away, is I want to finish these games. I want to go back and finish these games. There isn't a game on the 2018 roster for the first quarter that I am anywhere near interested in playing. So I got what, 4 months, maybe 5, because I didn't look at August.
August
May.
is the 8th month.
I didn't look at May, but what I'm saying is I didn't look too far in. But I've got 4 months to play through a bunch of these games, and I think Rime would be a good one to kind of start out on, since it's a downloadable game. We own it. First of all, you don't have to pay anything to play it. But I would like to go back and finish that. So what games do you recall playing in your
Vague memory. Vague, sleep deprived. Well, I know I played. Was it my birthday that we got the PS4?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Isn't that bad that jeez.
Well, that was an impactful gift.
No, I'm just when you're times, especially when you're home every day, time just kind of blends together. Like every day is the same.
Mm-hmm.
Pair that with sleep deprivation and my memory of like. It's
oh yeah, no,
totally
I completely agree, 100%.
So the PS4, and with the PS4 came the Uncharted game that I'd been looking forward to playing ever since it came out.
Mm-hmm.
So finally got around to playing that and finished that. And then I believe there was a weekend that you rented the Uncharted Lost Legacy, which follows Chloe. I want to say her name is the one female from Uncharted 2.
Dos. Yep.
And I did not get through that one. I think I rented it for a couple days. And so I did do something.
Again, I think, I should pull up Amazon, because Amazon is going to crush my wallet if I look too close to these, but go ahead.
Right. So I know I played those games. I know I've put in a few Hearthstone sessions with you. Hearthstone sessions. Fortnite sessions.
Fortnite, yeah.
Hearthstone is a mobile game that I've been playing.
What's up, Squall?
It's been a moment since I've actually played it, but
it's a lot of fun. I think Fortnite's one of those games where it's free. You can pick up and play a game with your friends. You can pick up and play a game. And the games literally, the sad part is the games could last 2 seconds, or the games could last for a half hour.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not quite a half hour, because it's every minute or two. So you're probably looking at 20 minutes tops if you last all the way out.
No, this is what I'm really disappointed about. Destiny 2.
Oh my God, yes.
I was so excited to get it. We had so much fun playing Destiny 1. Did the expansions, ran raids all the time, and had a blast with that. We haven't even finished the story mode for Destiny 2. Not that I dislike Destiny 2.
We are very close to finishing Destiny 2. Like,
But-
just the campaign, which is terrible.
Right. We haven't run any raids. I've not done any of the strikes and all that business.
I just started the strikes.
I mean, it's crazy. We've got this forever ago. I haven't touched it in forever. We got it when it came out, and it's not that we're not playing it because we don't like it. It's just a matter of time. And again, my current work schedule, considering I left my regular, this is something we talked about with 2017. I had left with my job and started staying home with the boys and doing my photography full time. So the only time I get to do my editing or my photo shoots is when you're home in the evening. And so most of my bedtime hours, after the kids go to bed, between 8 and 10 or 11, is spent with my work.
Right.
So that
which
really
I think that will get. I mean, that
gaming.
will get easier. I mean, once Sawyer starts sleeping through the night, please God, please.
Well, but still, I mean, he usually will sleep from 7 or 8 o'clock until 11. So that's when I edit.
Right.
It
But
doesn't change my editing and video game time.
But what I'm saying is, like, when he gets to that comprehension stage where you can say, "Hey, it's time for bed. Go to bed, sleep," and he sleeps, kind of like along Eli's range. Like when he gets to be, 2, 3, 4.
10.
No, God, please don't say that. Jesus, just think of the back catalog. I'm just looking at the back catalog of 2017 only. I've already forgotten 2016's back catalog and the shit that I didn't play back then that I wanted to get to that I never did. But I'm hoping to God that there will be time to finish these games. We have to make time. Like this is
I
just
have to make time for work, dude.
okay, dude, brah, okay, brah.
So aside from that, really, I feel like I haven't played. We've really kind of upped our board game playing lately. I think that's because it is something we can incorporate Eli in a lot of the things.
Right.
And so, and it's easy to pick up and just play for an hour, just the two of us play something, and then kind of.
I think you
go on our
can.
way.
Well, and the other thing that I can attest to, and this might just be the growing up stage, is we don't get together and play Halo anymore. Like we don't have the hey, let's all get together and play some 4v4 or whatever. We get together and play board games. We had more board game nights in 2017 than we did video game nights.
Well, and maybe that's just part of the way the systems are made now, not necessarily for like LAN type parties.
Yeah,
The systems in the games don't lend themselves as easily to that as they used to.
yeah, I mean that's true. I mean there are a ton more people will say the single player games are dying, but if you look at this list, Resident Evil 7 single player, Prey single player, Rime single player,
Wait, people say
Uncharted
games are dying?
No, yeah, that is not the case whatsoever.
I don't think so.
The
Besides the fact that Halo, like you said, for instance, used to be a 4-player split screen.
Mm-hmm.
And now you have to have your own copy of your game on your own Xbox because you can't play any split screen.
Correct.
So I think that really hinders
Right.
some of that.
So you can't just say, "Hey, you know what? I'm going to go, to my buddy's house for the evening. I got to,
Therefore, you play on one TV.
Right.
You do that.
Right, exactly. Which I'm happy to know that 343 is going to go back to the split screen. That's one of their bullet points, that their goals for the next Halo is we want to go back to split screen. Now whether or not they deliver on that promise is a whole other thing, but it's good to know that they've put that information out there. They've put that goal out to the public. And will it drive more couch co-op with friends and family? I don't know.
Yeah.
But board games are really getting to be a huge impact on our playtime with video games.
Well, and you're also seeing more video game cafe or board game cafes popping up
Right.
too. Which, so I don't know if it's a cultural swing in general, like just more people are playing different types of board games. I mean, we've got that D20, which is the board game bar around here now. which is pretty much just serves alcohol, not really any food, and has a huge catalog of board games.
Right.
And then there is the one that the Vices go to. What is that one called?
Crystal Crown or Paper Crown or something like that.
And they actually serve food, I believe, and it's a little more like family oriented.
Right.
And then along the same lines with different board games. So I don't know if this is something that's happening. I mean, these are just two Dayton-based, locally owned companies, but I don't know if this is something that the other cities and other around the country is seeing, and if it's a general shift,
like a culture shift. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. Cuphead is another game, couch co-op that I've got Eli hooked on. He loves this game.
Although he hates it
with a fiery passion. The dude gets very heated when he can't beat a level or whatever.
I've not played it.
Really, it's fun, challenging, competitive. Like you want to throw the controller through the television at points.
Did we watch it on the last podcast, the preview, or did we just sit here and watch it ourselves?
What's that, Cuphead?
Yeah, I think you streamed it on our last podcast.
I don't remember. I don't think so.
Or did you just... I don't know.
I don't think we've streamed Cuphead yet. We streamed Assassin's Creed.
You didn't play it. It was you either streamed or you showed me the video of the guy talking about it.
Oh, yeah. We watched it. We watched a stream, a review of it.
Right. So on that review, they talked about how it is extremely difficult.
But that's a fun single player code. There's no online multiplayer, which is fantastic. Yeah. So, what else we got?
A lot of these came from Christmas. So, it was very, very back end of 2017. Obviously, the last week of 2017.
Before you get into that, Microsoft released this really cool website thing or whatever, where it said like 2017 in review, and it looked at the games that you played on Xbox,
your
achievements, how much
hours.
your top games played, your hours, and I was floored, 100% floored, that I only spent 40 hours playing Xbox games.
I'll say on the Xbox.
Right, that doesn't include PC. That doesn't include. I don't think I've ever powered on the PlayStation 4 yet. It doesn't include any of that stuff. Board games, whatever.
Our
channel.
The old
the old systems.
Old systems, yeah.
So, but 40 hours, one work week, and most of that time was spent in January. My top game played, I believe, was Resident Evil 7, followed by Destiny 2.
Huh.
So, that makes me a sad panda. Makes me a very sad panda.
I had more achievement points than you.
You had more achievement points? I think you had more time played than I did, too.
I think I had 60 hours.
Yeah. Which
you stay at
home, and
although the baby doesn't. He was a lot younger at the beginning of the year,
right? So
he would nap on me while I played video
exactly.
games.
You weren't neglecting the child. There was literally downtime when he's laying on you in bed after I've left for work and dropped Eli off at school, where you're like, okay, well, here's the controller, there's a screen, boom, and now I'm playing video games.
Things have changed a little bit in that realm.
Yeah, that's a little bit trickier. So, but anyway, go ahead and.
All right, so Christmas brought us a lot of new video games.
Oh yeah, a lot of fun games.
And a new gaming system as well. So this year actually. So in August, my birthday, we got the PS4.
Yep.
For Christmas, Santa brought the family the Nintendo Switch because Eli was very, very much wanting it, and it was a large gift. So Santa
pulled through
and brought it for our family to have.
Yes, Eli, if you're listening, the Switch is for the family. That's what Santa said.
Right. So with that, the Switch also came along with The Legend of Zelda, which I have not yet played, but I know you've been playing.
Mm-hmm. Very, very early on. Like, there's the opening levels, which is like the tutorial phase, where you got to locate these 4 shrines in the center. I think it's called the Grand Plateau or whatever, which you're like, basically what you're trying to do is unlock your paraglider thing, your parachute thing, so you can glide down to the land below. So you got to find these 4 shrines, and then the dude gives you your parachute things. Got one more shrine.
Okay.
Super slow. Like, I don't know.
Sorry.
Anyway, so.
So Zelda, Mario Kart 8, which you don't
Oh
have
yeah,
on
it's
the
not
list
on
there.
the list there. Yeah, Mario Kart 8. I have not played that one yet.
Really?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so Eli and I have played that.
Oh, I guess I did. We played it Christmas morning a little bit. I played it when we thought we were having problems with the controller.
Oh yeah, so it automatically defaults to so that the controllers do they call it the gyroscope or something like that?
The Joy-Con.
No, the thing on the inside.
The device. Yeah, that's the gyroscope.
So it
Or-
automatically defaults so that when you
I don't think it's
rotate
gyroscope.
the controller, it steers for you. So we did figure out how to turn that off.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I thought the controller was broken. Starting to get upset. I was like, oh my God.
So I've played a little bit of that with Eli. I have not played much of, and this was Eli's big game, was the Pokken tournament, which is like Pokemon Tekken fighting kind of thing. Eli loves it. I don't
He's
know how much
obsessed
he
with it.
understands what's going on it. I have no clue because I have not played any of the tutorials. But he loves it. It's Pokemon, and he just button mashes.
Right. It's 2 Pokemon battling against each other. Like,
And I think you can pick a support Pokemon.
So like, I think that would be like, that would probably be my biggest gripe about the whole game, with how many Pokemon there are in that series.
There seems to be very few Pokemon that you can pick from.
You have there. I think there's 36. I think you pick from a grid of 6x6. So I think there's 36 that you pick from your main characters. Like, and they've got like some of the big ones like Charizard, Pikachu, Mewtwo, Shadow Mewtwo, and they have another skin for Pikachu. I don't know. I feel like there's a few that they're missing out on.
Pikachu Libre?
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, then you also select your 2 support characters, which is another set of different Pokemon that are separate from the first 36. So I guess you could say there is, and I don't know how many doubles there are. They're not interchangeable, so you have to pick a pair. So I'd probably venture to guess there's probably between 50 and 75 different Pokemon to pick from. I feel like this game, I mean, there's a lot of potential here with like DLC and updates and stuff like that. There's not, from what I can tell, there's not much unlockable content.
It doesn't seem like it, but again, I really haven't got into the game at all.
It looks gorgeous. Like, it's a fantastic looking game. I don't know, like, as far as fighting games go, I don't know how it measures up as far as like tournament worthy or whatever, or difficulty level, but it's a lot of fun to play. Again, kind of like Resident Evil 7. Never saw it on any top 10 list, especially, and you would think it would be on like the top 10 list for Switch games, because there's really not that much out there.
Not yet.
And I'm like, man, it's a really cool fighting game set in the Pokemon world. It's made by a fantastic team, that same team that makes Tekken. But yeah, I don't know. He loves that game.
I know.
And it's awesome. It's awesome.
So yeah, I think that's. Oh, and then I got for the Xbox. So we system and 3 games for the Switch for Christmas, and then also received Switch and 3 games for the Switch. Then I also received an Xbox 360, Xbox One.
Bless you.
Excuse me. Xbox One game for Christmas, Lego Dimensions, which that was something that we had been kind of walking through the stores with Eli, and
he's really big in the Legos. I don't know why he's not into it.
And I kept trying to press him, like, this looks like fun, and he just really, he wasn't. He's like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Right, like it's like Skylanders, but it's with Legos, and you love Legos, like,
right? And he was just kind of like ho hum about it,
right?
But I think he just was really like so set on the Switch he couldn't see past it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but anyway, I thought the Lego Dimensions thing was pretty cool. I never had Legos growing up. It was a boy thing, and we didn't do boy things. So. But they have. I just like the fact, because of course, Eli watches Diamond Minecart.
Mm-hmm.
And we've seen him play, I think, the Adventure Time levels.
Mm-hmm.
With us. and I just found it really interesting because not only do you have the main game, but then there are just, if you walk down the aisle, there are just so many different add-on Lego packs to go with it.
Yeah, you could easily spend upwards of $500 on expansions, level packs, character packs, the game. I think I even saw because the level expansions I think are $30. Oh, I think they're $30. I saw a kit for a Harry Potter, not Harry Potter, but what was the recent movie where the
Fantastic Beasts.
Fantastic Beasts. Yeah, they had like an expansion set that was like $45-$50, which it looked like it replaced your portal.
Really?
Yeah. And it looked like, is it Dagon Alley? Dagon Alley, whatever you call it. Or something like, I don't know, but I was like, oh, that looks really sweet. But I don't. But the thing is, I'm like, I don't know if she's gonna like the game or not. So I don't want to like get the game and the expansion. You're like, I'll just get a couple level packs and character packs. So what character packs did I get you?
There are. I'm trying to see here what the different, because there's 3 different level. Like, there's, I think, characters, and then there's. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out. So there's a starter pack. And then there's story packs, it looks like.
Yeah, there it is, right there. Story pack.
Story pack, level packs, team packs. So basically, the package that you had got me says there's 3 different kinds. Like the starter kit explains that there's 3 different kinds of packs. I think that starter kit, the book that comes with it may be a bit dated because it doesn't say story packs as one of them.
Yeah, I think story packs are like your full-on new game mode.
That's what it looks like. So yeah, you've got story packs, level packs, which you did get me a level pack. That's the portal one, and it comes with the portal character, the companion cube, and the little turret robot guy.
Turret guy.
And when you open the pack, it gives you the directions to build the little character.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you put the character on the portal, it allows you to, on the level pack, play a new level.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't give you the directions on how to build the other things. Excuse me, they're not in the box. You got to play through the level, and as you play through the level, it gives you the directions there to build it. So like I was basically playing a portal level as a Lego character, but it played just like Portal. You have your little blue shooter and red shooter, and you have to go through the puzzles and all that.
Right. Which looked really cool, by the way.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. And you get to a point where you need a companion cube, and then it gives you the directions on how to build it. So that's how that worked. I'm still really kind of investigating it. I've only played 1 or 2 levels into the actual story of the Lego Dimensions starter kit. I did play through the level on the level pack, but then it looks like when I went back into it, there's kind of like a world around, like there's more to do in that.
In the portal? Portal?
In the portal stuff, yeah.
Okay.
I haven't really figured out what it all is just yet, but there's a lot of exploring to do. Then here it says there's team packs, which looks like it's basically characters, possibly.
Oh, there's a Gremlins
There's
one?
a Gremlins one.
I didn't see that one.
And then you've got fun packs, which again I believe is like a character and maybe a vehicle, or there's a couple different things going on there. And you did get me the Hermione and Buckbeak from Harry Potter, one of those. And with that, again, you can build the character, and when you place her on there, it gives you the directions for building Buckbeak. It doesn't have a level playable according to that, but you can still use her and her abilities
in the main campaign.
Or any of the other
Oh, so can you use Hermione in Portal?
Yes.
Can she use the portal gun?
No.
Oh, okay. So you still have to use.
You can use her as a support.
Oh, okay. So that's right, because you were having her. You had her on the portal, so she was following you around through the portal levels.
Right, and in that she wasn't doing a whole lot. Now in the main story, there are like when you're going through the world, I found a few different places. Like it might be like a smashed rock, and it'll say you can only go through this smashed rock with somebody that has this ability, and then you can click on that and it has a list of characters that have that ability. Right.
Oh, so she probably has similar abilities as like Gandalf. So if you don't use Gandalf, you can use her.
No, I'm
okay.
not. But yeah.
Similar. Okay, got you.
That's how. So there's like a list of there's different abilities, and certain characters have certain abilities, and they're usable and to open different areas of the world. So that's why it's beneficial to have, I guess, a bunch of different characters at your disposal.
Okay.
Huge game. I think when I beat a level, I have a feeling it's all the levels that are possible. So like, even if I don't have the Harry Potter level, I think it counts it as, because I beat 2 levels that said beat level 2 out of 1045 or something like that.
Oh my god!
So I have a feeling that's like
all the expansions that you don't have. Like the
right,
Joker
I think that's
ones.
every level you could possibly have would be like 1045.
Wait, so possibly have meaning of the characters you've given to the game, or you're talking about like if you were to buy everything.
I have a feeling that's what I think.
Holy cow!
Because that's just an insane amount.
That is a lot of levels. Oh my god. Well, it kind of makes sense because if you think about it, there were 3 level or expansions. Probably about 4 or 5 that I saw at Meijer of the level packs.
Well, the level we got one: Sonic, Mission Impossible, Adventure Time, Midway Arcade, Ghostbusters, Doctor Who.
So that's 6 right there.
Yeah.
And then 3 of the world packs.
Ghostbusters, Fantastic Beasts, Batman.
So that's
story packs.
3 story packs. And then tons and tons of teams.
Which I feel like I've seen more than
I don't know.
than this at the store. This on here doesn't look like very much because I don't see the Simpsons listed here.
Oh yeah, the Simpsons aren't on there.
So I'm wondering if they retire some and bring out new ones,
I don't
Lego
know.
sets.
Yeah, I don't know, but you could probably spend about $500 to complete this entire set, which is insane.
Yeah, because there's more. I mean, where's the Simpson one? That's.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so yeah, there's just a ton of.
There was the team pack for Harry Potter in there because it had Harry Potter and nope, it's not because it had Harry, the car, and Voldemort. So it wasn't a character pack. It was a team pack.
I saw it somewhere.
Nope,
on here.
it's not on there.
Right there.
Oh, there it is. Okay, but anyway, yeah. So there's that's a huge game. If you're a fan of Legos,
Hermione's not listed here though.
this is a huge. Oh, it's got Bane. That's cool.
So yeah, there is. It's a huge game. Just a lot to do. You can go into I tried going into the Lego Movie World because once you have a character from that, then you can open that world and you can go into that world.
Oh, that's cool. So you can kind of get a taste of what you don't have, and they're like, "Hey, if you buy this, you can play in here."
Well, because Lego Movie is Wild Style, so it comes with Wild Style. So you have the Lego Movie World. You go in there and basically, I don't know what all you can do. Obviously, like any of the Lego games, you can destroy pretty much anything, and it gives you the bricks to build and upgrade your your Batmobile and your different things like that. So you destroy everything in there. There's also, I found 1 or 2 people so far just in my walking around that are asking for help. So there's other little side mission questy type things to do for these people. But like I said, I'm just kind of barely scratching the surface at this point with this, I think.
Another game that Eli got for the PC is Lego World.
Oh, yeah.
This game is huge. It's not like the Dimensions. You don't have little characters or anything like that. It's all on screen. But it's kind of like Minecraft in the same vein, but with Legos. The online multiplayer is kind of janky in how you get connected, but once you're connected, it looks like it's a lot of fun. But you collect different things and you build up your collection, and that's what types of things you can build different structures with, and you have access to, and all that stuff. There's quest givers and things like that, an actual campaign. And then there's like a create your own world where they just have everything unlocked and you can just build, which is kind of fun.
Okay, sorry. Going back to this, the story pack.
Mm-hmm.
So, like the Fantastic Beasts story pack, it lets you play through the complete movie.
Okay.
But then it does get, like you said, it adds to the portal. So your regular portal that you have on the would be changed. You unlock the adventure world, which is the worlds I was telling you about you can go into, and then the battle arena as well, because there's the battle arena too to this game that I haven't even opened up.
God.
I haven't even unlocked that yet.
That's cool.
So, yeah.
So, kind of going back to the Switch before we close out video game, I think before I go to Switch,
So much stuff to talk about.
last video game, Assassin's Creed was really good. That's one I think I might actually purchase. I've got a gift card to Amazon. I think I might pull the trigger on Assassin's Creed, and that sounds so weird, especially knowing that South Park was such a really good game, but Assassin's Creed really.
Right? I would probably play South Park.
Well, I don't know. I don't know, because Assassin's Creed just really scratched that itch, and it was like, oh, it's a fun game. I don't know. South Park was an excellent game, a huge improvement over the first one. The first one was fantastic, but the Fractured But Whole was outstanding. Like, it was a great experience. So many improvements over the first one, but such a great game. But one of the older games that I played this year that Squall actually got me turned on to was 7 Days to Die. Haven't played a lot of it. We've gotten to day 5, I think, in this whole cycle. So it's a zombie survival game, open world. Well, no, it's not really. Well, I guess it could be open world, where people can join your world and kind of screw you up. Kind of in the same, like we talked about before, in the same vein as think of Minecraft, but for adults. And to the 10th degree, like the survival mode of Minecraft, but to the 10th degree, right? So in Minecraft, in your survival mode, you have to eat, otherwise you starve and die. In this game, you have to eat or you starve and die, or you have to watch your heat exhaust. You don't want to get heat exhaustion if you're wearing too many clothes and you're out in the sun, like hacking away at trees trying to collect wood to build a house or whatever. Like, you can die from heat exhaustion. You could die from thirst, things like that. You can drown and things. It's pretty interesting. And it's the heat exhaustion. Some of the mechanics in the game there's multiple outcomes, like multiple ways to cure your heat exhaustion. You could strip down bare naked and cool yourself off with some water or whatever, or you could just go jump in a lake and cool yourself off there, right? It's a really cool game. It's a pretty old game, so it doesn't look very good. It doesn't look very good. It hasn't aged well. I think it was made in 2013 or 2003, maybe 2013. One of those. I don't know. So it's a fun game to play. So kind of moving on to the Switch though. One of the coolest things, and I didn't think I didn't think I was going to use it that much, just because. I didn't realize we were getting Breath of the Wild, right? So I was like, oh yeah, we're going to get a Switch, and he's going to love Pokemon, and I'll play Pokemon with him, whatever. But I don't feel like I would have played it, come downstairs and played it. But being able to pull the system off the dock and take it upstairs and play it in bed for an hour before I go to sleep, that's fucking amazing. Like, being able to...
It's going to be a game changer.
Yeah, exactly. Being able to play Zelda on a big screen, enjoy the game, and then say, hey, you know what? Okay, let's go up to bed and lay down and get ready for bed. And then take it upstairs and get the exact same experience. It's the same control scheme.
Well, and you don't have to have two systems.
Yeah, you don't... Right, you don't have to buy a second system. So, like, if I wanted to do that with Cuphead, I would literally have to either unplug the Xbox from down here and carry it upstairs and plug it in, or spend an extra $400, which we did, and buy an Xbox for upstairs to play a $15 game. But
which seems ridiculous.
But now, like this, it's like, oh my god, this is amazing. This is how every video game system should have this ability. Like, this should just be a thing.
Well, I don't know that every system
Graphically, it wouldn't be possible.
Right. I mean, I'm saying it doesn't have the same processing power and whatnot of like an Xbox One or a PS4.
Right.
It's just not going to look the same. It's still fun. It's still, it still looks decent for what it is.
If they could crack that code, heck, if they could, kind of like how the Wii U could do this to an extent, but you had to be in proximity of the Wii system. Like you could take the tablet controller and walk away with it and go into another room, but you had to still be in proximity with it. With the Switch, you can go literally leave and play with it. So like
when we were home and I want Eli upstairs versus down here to monitor what he's doing,
mm-hmm.
we bring the system up,
mm-hmm.
take the controllers off, let him hold the controller, and put the screen on the little tripod thing.
Yeah.
So I mean,
which I think's janky. They did skip a little there. Like that thing needs to be a little more reinforced. I feel like it's gonna break.
Yeah. I haven't really tried it out myself, but it's still nice that he can like sit at the dining table with his little portable TV and his controller.
Right.
I mean,
right.
it is pretty amazing.
Yeah. So if they could, like, if Microsoft with the next Xbox somehow bridge that gap, and like I said, it doesn't have to be a portable system. Just I can turn my Xbox on downstairs and pull the screen off and go upstairs and play video games, or go upstairs. That would be really cool. But I don't. Again, the controller setup, like they're so hell bent on the controller of the Xbox. I seriously doubt that would be a thing.
Well, I mean, just thinking about the fact that the Xbox and the PS4 are systems that are this tall by this wide.
You should.
The Switch is
it's a tablet.
I mean, it is.
It's a tablet.
That's what the Switch is.
Right.
It's crazy.
Right. I'm not talking about taking the whole Xbox system with you. I'm saying have a detachable screen that's Bluetooth, or it's Wi-Fi,
like a screen share.
Like a screen share, yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I mean, it probably
speed transferring to the screen, especially if it's like a screen share type thing, might be a problem.
Yeah. So I mean, at the end of the day, like it's one of the features that and I knew you could do this. Like it's nothing new. I was like, I knew you could take this with you and wherever you went and play games that
you just didn't see the usability.
I just didn't think I'd use
life.
it. No, I was like, why would I do that? I'd rather play on the big screen. Like, but doing it was just like, this is amazing. Like, this is really cool. Like, I think I've spent more time playing it in handheld mode than I have on the big screen.
Yeah, I think you have too.
So, and it just kind of goes like, I could sit and veg out and watch Netflix while I go to sleep, or I could sit and actually play Breath of the Wild. Like, holy crap, I'm missing. Like, there's a whole extra hour of video games that I can play now.
Well, I
can watch family.
That's because we have it set up in our basement, and our room is way upstairs.
Right.
And if we had it set up to when we lived in the condo, basically on the other side of our bedroom wall was our TV.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like you had to. Like you could, I don't know. It's just different, I guess.
Yeah. So I don't know. So let's talk about some board game. Well, is there any other games or anything you want to talk about real quick?
No, I've got to get to some editing work.
Okay, so let's run through board games. We'll skip movies and all that crap, or whatever. So real quick, board games, or we can do it all. Board games. We got Dead of Winter: Warring Colonies came out in 2017.
I want to say, didn't we get both Dead of Winter expansions in 2017?
The Long Night?
Yeah.
Did you get that for me for my birthday?
I feel like maybe.
You feel like maybe. I don't remember. But Warring Colonies came out in 2017. And this is something that we've been waiting for a little bit since the first one came out. Are you sure? I don't.
Okay, it released in 2016.
Okay, so no, we got that fairly soon after it released. But Warring Colonies was a lot of fun. We put together a pretty decent sized gaming group for that night. I want to say we had 7 people. Because there was 3.
We were almost maxed, I think.
Or was there 4 people?
Dead silence.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Dead silence, dead air.
I don't remember. We had an odd number. Oh no, we had 8. We had 8. 8? Was it 8? Yeah, we had 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. Because we had 2 on each side of the table.
John was then we lost a person. That's when we were
right. Because Chase had to leave. So then the second playthrough we had to do it. We had to do Lone Wolf. But this kind of turns the whole game on its side, right? The play structure changes around a lot.
It was a learning curve,
right? So it was a learning curve. So it wasn't. It wasn't the traditional Dead of Winter, turn phase, player turn phase or whatever. But putting the 2 colonies against each other was an awesome experience. And you really felt like, what do I have to do to better the colony situation? It took a lot of emphasis off of your secret mission and really put it on, okay, how do we finish this game and win and kill off the other colony?
Right.
My brother said playing as a lone wolf was really cool. If you have an odd number of people, playing as a lone wolf was a lot of fun. It had its own objectives and things like that and own abilities. For Christmas, we got Eli Raptor, which is a 2-player game where you're playing as scientists. And one player is playing as a scientist, the other player is playing as a mama raptor, and the mama raptor's babies. And essentially, each player is trying to capture 3 of the baby raptors. That's the main objective. Then there are side objectives where the mama raptor can kill off all the scientists on the board, and they win that way as well. But you draw cards and play cards, and they do different things. And it's a lot of fun. It's easy for him to comprehend. He's only 7, so there's only so many different abilities, so it does get a little repetitive. But the games are kind of fun. It's a lot of fun for him. Magic had a really good series of set cards come out where almost Ixalan was popular. Dinosaurs finally are a thing. Unstabled was a great joke set that came out recently. And then we had Hour of Devastation, which was a good set. Amonkhet, very flavorful. Aether Revolt broke the freaking game, which is kind of sad. So a bunch of cards got banned out of that set. But we're going to round out Rivals of Ixalan in the next 2 weeks. The next set comes out. But having a lot of fun with that.
And then we got a couple more board games, which we did not crack open. The Planeswalker Magic game has not yet been broken open. That was for Christmas. And then last night we broke open my Les Mis card game.
That one was tricky to get a hold of. Whew.
At first, and then it starts to kind of make sense, and then it's pretty cool. There's a lot of strategy to it. I think the more people you get, the faster the games would move.
And the lower scoring it's definitely going to be.
Right, although we had a pretty low score game with just the 2 of us, too. Our games, we played 2 games, and each one was very different from the other.
Yeah,
which is kind of good to see that that it plays out differently.
Right. The first game we each scored 20 points, and then the second game, I think we each were in single-digit points. So it's kind of interesting. I know that doesn't tell you anything about the game whatsoever, but it does explain that there is a huge variety that could happen.
Right.
And it's not just the first person to score 1,000 points wins. It's
and you found it on Amazon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so totally a random,
yeah.
Very different from...
Packaging's really sweet.
No, it looks like a book.
Yeah, it looks like a book.
It does. It looks like it's pretty, and then, yeah. And the construction's nice. The quality of the cards are, they're good quality.
Mm-hmm. We also played quite a bit of Sentinels of the Multiverse. I know 2017 wasn't the first time we played it, but we did play quite a bit of Sentinels.
We did get that for my birthday.
Did we? Oh yeah. Okay, so that was in 2017 then.
Yeah, that was my birthday party at D20.
Yeah.
And got some new card packs for that for Christmas.
Mm-hmm. Some
Which we've
hero
not had a
cards
chance
and
to-
decks and stuff like that. We
Yeah.
got to play that. So, lots of games to
gaming.
lots of games to play. So as far as TV and movie goes, we had a really good series of Game of Thrones. Like season finale was phenomenal. Like, just spoiler alert, the zombie dragon is gonna be a bitch to kill.
Yep.
That's yeah, that's a thing. Was this wasn't the season that we got Hodor's story, was it, or was it? I can't remember. I don't remember. Then we had Walking Dead season 8. Not really much to say there.
We're at the midpoint for season 8. So
right.
We had the back half of season 7, and then
right,
the first half of season 8.
right. So, yeah.
Where it started the All Out War storyline. You watched The Punisher on
The
Netflix?
Punisher on Netflix was really, really good. Kind of opened my eyes to the whole Marvel thing on Netflix. Those are all, I mean, fantastic. And I think Netflix is just knocking it out of the park lately. A lot of their original content is of a high caliber. So that's promising. We, for New Year's, watched
Anniversary.
Yeah, Anniversary? No,
No,
New Year's.
Anniversary was Star Wars. That's
Yeah,
right.
so Anniversary, we went to the theaters and saw Last Jedi, which was fantastic. Enjoyed that. And then we also, for New Year's, watched Spider-Man Homecoming, which was a little bit different than what we all expected with some of the story plots and story characters and things like that, you know. But it still was entertaining. I feel like the actor did a really good job. I think he was a good Spider-Man. I feel like it.
You can watch the language. I mean, it's okay for kids for the most part, but there is some language.
Really? Was there?
I remember Eli saying porn after the.
Oh, okay.
Was
Well, he's like, the guy's like, I'm watching porn. Like, and Eli's like, porn? Like, oh,
No, don't
don't say
not a
that.
word that
Don't
we- yeah.
say that.
No.
Yeah. I don't think there was any F-bombs.
There was another word though that I was like, "Eeh," I don't remember what it was now.
So that was 2017. So, to kind of go through some of the things for 2018 for the channel and things that I want to kind of accomplish is I want to finish more games. That's the first thing. We're going to be streaming more games for you guys. I want to be more consistent with the streaming shows and stuff like that. Like we missed 8-Bit last night. So I want to be more consistent so that the channel grows. There's also some pre-recorded shows that I want to record. We've done a couple.
So not yet pre-recorded shows.
What?
So they're not yet pre-recorded shows.
Right. Well, right. Exactly. In 2017, we attempted to do some gaming on camera and stuff like that. I learned a lot about cinematography and recording and things like that with multiple cameras. And so I don't want to say I've mastered the craft, but I've improved into the point where I can actually combine things together from multiple cameras.
So we'll need to retry our.
So we'll need to redo that. But I also want to start reviewing board games and things like that on camera, pre-recorded, so that like on Fridays we can just post those or whatever. So they won't be live streamed or anything like that. So that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that. And then a goal for the actual channel is I want to hit 10 new subscribers every month. I feel like that's it's a high goal, but it's something I want to accomplish.
Considering we just hit 10 after.
We're at 17. Back off.
Okay.
So 10 every month.
9 years.
Okay. You know what? I've had enough of your lip. I don't see you helping.
Hey, I'm sitting here, aren't I?
I know you are. Thank you. I appreciate it. So, so speaking of subscribers, is there anything else you want to talk about real quick? No, okay. So speaking of subscribers, do me a favor. Share the videos online, your Facebook, on your Twitter, whatever you use for your social network. Making sure everybody that knows, that loves gaming or loves entertainment, TV shows, whatever, we kind of reach a broad audience, and that might be our fault. To our fault or to our detriment, but it's stuff that we like to talk about, and it keeps the shows fresh and easy to differentiate.
Never know what we're going to get into.
You never know what we're going to get into. So make sure you share the shows, the episodes. Visit the YouTube page, youtube.com/72DPI online. Get subscribed if you're not. Leave comments in the comment section. That really kind of helps bring the shows to suggested viewers, which is a good way to get extra subscribers. And then you can just watch. If you miss the show, that's a great place. If you miss an episode, it's a great place to go back on our archives. And yeah, just catch us live on Twitch. So that's episode 216.
Yay.
I'm looking forward to 2018. Lots of good stuff coming out in quarter 2.
Okay.
God of War is going to be a good game.
Okay.
Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a great night. And we will see you next Wednesday.
See ya.
Later.